Hello everybody. We're live. Okay, let's see. So sorry about the wait. I had a thing come up.
And I was being totally obnoxious backstage, so
Okay, I'm Heather Dewey Pettit. I'll just go into it. Yeah. I'm a writer, editor, and artist, and I am working on my first book, which is a young adult fantasy. And as an editor, I am a freelance copy editor and proofreader for authors and publishers. And who would like to go next? Maybe Charlie?
Hello, everyone. My name is Charlie. I write under the name of C.E. Dorset, and as of today, I have 2 fewer books in print than I had before, and that feels weird, but they'll be back. But you naughty people, I told you don't buy them, and you bought them, and now you can't. So, I'm working on way too much. I do streams on my channel on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and I podcast 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Find links to everything I do at projectshadow.com.
Hi, and I'm Bonnie, and today I'll be working on my nano outline, and I am hoping to publish a book in 2021.
So
I feel like I'm just living up to my reputation as the anti-everything, because like everybody's like, I'm going to get a book out. I'm going to get a book out. And I'm like, I just got rid of 2.
You have to have some out to get rid of them. So
I'm going backwards. I had 9 books out. Now I only have 7.
Yeah. So I don't have a specific plan yet for having mine published yet, because I am still in process of drafting. Excuse me. But it will happen. It will happen eventually. And I started doing some planning today and yesterday.
Could that
so
be
working on
October
that
planning? Inquiring minds want to
know. Yes, a bit of that. I also watched Sarah Cannon's the one that came out today, and how she does her pre-planning for NaNoWriMo, and that got me a little excited. So working on that.
Nice, very nice.
So I'm also kind of scrolling through the
comments.
Scrolling through the comments. We're talking about when we were born and certain movies like E.T. And I remember being in line for that movie.
I have never seen E.T.
Really? You will if you have not seen it?
Which is weird because I'm like the world's biggest Drew Barrymore fan, and that's like her first or second movie.
I think it was her first, because she was like 5.
She did quite a few movies when she was really, really young. I think it was her first, but
I think so.
You know what I love Drew Barrymore in? Now this is going to date me. I think it was called Firestarter.
Oh my goodness! Yes, Firestarter is amazing.
That was one of her first movies.
I watch that later tonight. I love that one with Drew Barrymore. That is an old one where she just sets things on fire with her mind.
I think my absolute favorite Drew Barrymore movie is Whiplash. Just saying. I love Whiplash way too much. I watch it way too often.
Nice.
It's the one where she's on a roller derby team.
Oh, I saw that one.
Oh,
I love
no, I
haven't
seen that.
I love it so much.
Drew Barrymore, come on.
That's funny. Anyway, so it's so nice to see you, CB and Eva. And yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I remember when it came out. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think so, Eva. But anyway, what is everybody else working on? We're gonna I'm gonna get some sprints started in just a second here. Maybe you guys can talk about that while I get that going.
Yes, Jenny. Yes.
So I think I'm going to continue working on my epic fantasy story because it's speaking to me, and that's the method that I've been using. But it's now become a guilty pleasure because, like, I should be working on other things, and I know that, but I like this one, so I am going to work on it.
I am going to be working on, like I showed Charlie and Heather, my Nano project, which this is how far I am so far. Almost there.
Wish I could plan. I wish I was better at planning.
Everything's, oh. I'm working hard on it. So it's a lot of work to do this, but I want to succeed this year in Nano. So.
Eva, I really don't know who that is.
Stephanie McMahon? Wrestling? Right?
Oh, man.
I don't watch wrestling, so.
Ever?
My hubby doesn't really watch it, so.
I'm younger than her.
I haven't watched wrestling in like 20 years.
I'm younger than
Yeah, I've
Stephanie by
been
1
seeing
year.
it in like since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So.
I prefer the full
Probably
contact.
40 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's all. I'm a bicentennial baby.
Nice.
My grandpa used to say that I'm the ultra patriotic baby.
Okay, so you're 6 years younger.
In the bicentennial year.
So you're 6 years younger than me. I remember the bicentennial year. Yeah, I was in first grade.
Oddly enough, I apparently remember the year after that because I remember one of the dogs that we had, and I remember telling my mom about it, and she's like, "You can't remember that. You were 2." And I'm just like, "But I do." And I described the dog. I described us playing with the dog, and I
had the
described
same
the dog disappeared. And she was like, "How do you know all that?" And I was just like, "Because I remember that dog."
Mm-hmm. I had the same experience. I was trying to tell my mother, I remember, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, "You don't remember that?" I said, "Yes, I do. I remember that."
And I remember the car wreck that we got into
Wow,
that
to convince
year.
her.
Yeah. I remember thinking that the car wreck was the greatest amusement park ride ever because we spun out on a bridge and went off into a creek, and I thought it was like so much fun and didn't understand why everybody was upset because child.
I hope I was right on that Stephanie McMahon.
So that was like a fair ride?
No, we were on a bridge and it was icy and the car spun out and we went off the bridge into the creek. But I would have been like 2-3 years old, and I was just like, "Wee, that was fun. Can we do that again?" No. And
oh my gosh!
Didn't understand why I got yelled at. I mean, I do now. Like, yeah, we kind of crashed off of a bridge into a creek in the middle of winter in a snowstorm. Yeah, that was bad. But at the time, as a child, it was a lot of fun.
I got in a car accident like not even 3 winters ago, a head-on collision. So I was okay, but the car was totally gone.
Oh.
Those are scary, Charlie. Accidents are scary.
I've been in quite a few.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been in a plane crash too.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
I've been in a few.
You're alive.
I've had a very, very, very full life.
Me too.
Traumatic?
I
That's a word for it.
I want to travel again. I'm like itching to go on a trip and we try to take international trips as much as we can, and I have not I need to get away.
Every time I watch one of Natalia Lee's videos about the van that they're converting over, I'm just like, I want to do that. I just want to get a van. I want to set it up so that we can live in it for a while and just hit the road and travel. But, after plague.
I told you I met that school bus guy that converted his school bus and has a YouTube.
Mhm.
Oh my God, I've been contemplating getting a bus and running away.
Oh, if you want to Priscilla Queen of the Desert this thing, I can totally do that.
Yeah.
Like, I will help you build the giant shoe for the top of the bus and everything.
Hey, I know how to cut hair. I can make money anywhere I go.
That's a good point. You can also write anywhere too.
Yep.
I
just figure at some point the hubby's
Oh,
going
that's
to
cute,
truck
Evan.
and we're going to
I
tour.
mean, sorry, Eva.
Hey, I'll take just a weekend away, even, at this point. I'd be ready. By myself, though.
I just want a cabin in the woods where I don't have to see people anymore. Especially after yesterday. Oh, for anybody who missed the update, nothing burned down. They put the fire out. So.
Where?
Oh, our neighbors decided, it's a dry, windy day. Let's burn the leaves.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. That's smart. Wow.
So.
Ouch, CB. Ooh.
I spent hours watching people with hoses trying to keep a fire line from reaching my house. So, yay.
Oh. Well, what's something good that happened today?
Oh, that's difficult.
I had some soup from Olive Garden. That was the highlight of my day.
I'm going to have to think about that. That's a really good mental exercise.
One good thing. One good thing.
There had to be something.
Yeah. The soup was good. Yeah.
I will get back to you after the sprint. Because I honestly can't think of anything. But there had to be something.
You got to talk to me, Charlie.
This is true. This is true.
Everybody needs a body in their life.
Yes, this is true.
Toot toot. Sorry.
Oh, and Orla, don't forget to get in touch with me about
you disappeared for a second, Bonnie, but you were just way down low.
Yeah. Sorry for tooting my own horn there.
Just kind of moved. And when you did that, your the little screen moved within StreamYard. I was like, oh, did I lose her? No, it just moved. Little.
It doesn't like me tooting my own horn, I guess.
I guess.
I want to be like this anyway. You can always
just as soon as you did that, it was weird. But anyway, when do people want to sprint? Because we are ready. And 15, 20. I know people were waiting on me, and I apologize. Something came up.
Personally,
you almost finished your pie, Kat.
Oh, the pie that never ends. Oh my goodness. You're having more of that pie. I almost if you weren't so far away, I would go confiscate the pie. You almost hurt yourself with the pie last night.
And then let Peanut Gallery eat the last slice. Yeah. Cute. I got a show at 20. Is that, I gotta sneeze. Maybe.
I hate that feeling. I'm gonna.
And then in 5 minutes, it'll be the loudest sneeze you ever heard in your life. So,
yes.
Because that's me.
Because it finally goes away, and you're like, "Yay! I don't have to sneeze."
Exactly. Mine are so loud. It's like literally like a cartoon. Watch you. It's hilarious and completely embarrassing.
When we lived in the house, the earthquakes were going to knock down because, oh my goodness, we had giant cracks in our walls. When the hubby would sneeze, the whole house would shake because that house was not fit for human occupation. I was like, when we all die and go up to St. Peter and he's just cause of death, and I have to go husband sneezing. You're going to be really embarrassed.
Thank you so much for that, Kat. I appreciate that. Alrighty. What's that say? Exactly, Eva. Love it. All right, that's good motivation. Are we ready?
I guess. Yes.
One more zero. Okay.
So I say 2 minute sprint. Wow. We're gonna have to hurry up. Get them work.
Yeah, right. Okay. In 3, 2, 1, sprint. Okay. How did everybody do? What did everybody do? I did some planning in for this week, and I went through some of my book Bible, and that's pretty much it. I was
That
distracted
was a
by
good
my
thing to
kid.
get distracted in.
Cool.
I started breaking down my outline, so pretty much outlining my outline. So just deeper outlining.
I got distracted. I had a chiptune stuck in my head, and I started thinking, I bet I could actually make that, and then started downloading plugins for audio software, and maybe started playing with doing some chiptune music, because I'm all about the 8-bit sound right now, because I'm having a weird nostalgia problem. So yeah, I did do creative stuff, just not writing stuff.
Right. It's creative.
Okay.
Creative stuff is cool. Let's see.
I really
Go
want
ahead.
to create an 8-bit soundtrack to go with the epic fantasy thing that I'm doing right now, because I have problems. So yeah,
Creative
those two.
problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I can relate. I have a lot of projects going on, so, and of different things, right, Charlie?
Mm-hmm.
I have lots of
I have to be careful not to get distracted by too many new things. So
yeah. My guys
focusing on
came
one
and
thing
left.
today.
Focusing on a lot of things. But the good thing is, I took a nap today. Believe it or not.
I envy people who can nap. I can lay disgruntled in a single position for an extended period of time until people say that I can get up again, but that's not napping. Like, napping does not occur for me. I envy people who can nap. You have a
I never used to
superpower.
be able to. No, that never used to happen. Sometimes I would just lay down. I'd have to be really sick in order to take a nap, usually. But maybe I was just so tired. I stayed up late last night too.
I sometimes feel like I need a nap, and then I just lay face down and sleep.
If there's a way to fight sleep, I will find it.
Cat got 3/4 of the page. Just stared.
I started thinking of a video idea also.
Okay.
That is scary, Jenny. Like, you already know you have to rewrite it, and you still shared it with somebody to read. That is ultimate bravery. Points for you. Points for you. Because when I know something really needs a lot of rewriting, I'm just like, you'll see it later. Not now, but later. Ooh.
Maybe he's got a personal assistant, huh?
I almost went into dramatic reader voice. I tend to do that when CB shares things.
I wish you would, Charlie. I'm having a problem stopping this outline now that I started it again.
Ooh, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Oh, very cool.
Anybody who's not watching the Awkward Sibling Hour, you need to be watching the Awkward Sibling Hour. It's amazing.
I think I heard you talk about this, Charlie, maybe earlier in the week or something.
I talk about it all
the time.
When
is this?
It's on Mondays.
Mondays?
And I'm terrible with time. So, yeah. Glory, tell us the exact time, because I'm terrible with time.
Please tell us.
This week's It featured me and Sid Sapak.
Nice. How'd that go?
It was so much fun. Like, you put Glory and I in a room together and talking will happen.
All of this Preptober stuff. 2 people came out with their Preptober planners today, and Sarah Cannon and who was the other lady we were talking about earlier with the band? Natalie Lee.
Yeah, Natalia Lee.
Natalia Lee.
Natalia Lee did hers.
I always want to call her Natalie. Yes. And then she came out with one too. So.
See, I wanted to do a big Preptober Forever stream today, and today was the day that somebody decided to do some digging in their yard, and they cut the internet cable. So for the vast majority of today, we had no internet.
Oh, wow.
Thus my surly demeanor.
What'd you do all day, Charlie?
Sounds like he was ready.
Complained and moaned and said a lot of choice language and worked on some pictures and recorded some stuff.
I just did some other things.
Complained some more.
Yesterday, I was offline. I was offline most of the day yesterday because all the hubbies, the hubbies' work computers, soak up all the internet juice. What I'm trying to say. So yeah.
I just can't exist offline anymore because we use a streaming service for music. So if we want to listen to music, we need the internet. And all of our TVs on streaming services. So if we want to watch TV, we need the internet. Like it started last night. Like last night's when they decided to do it. So at some point last night at 2 a.m., somebody decided to go do yard work.
Like loud yard work, like with a mower?
No, like with cutting into their yard. They cut the cable.
Oh.
They had to put new line in because somebody cut the cable.
Literally.
Like that's not what that phrase means.
I know.
Charlie, it would have been a perfect day to read all day.
It would have been, except for I was not alert enough to realize that.
That's a good point, Bonnie. To read, like actual, like a print book.
Yeah, I had things that I made a plan for today, and I was so proud of my plan, and the universe went, "You plan."
That happens to me multiple times today.
I can relate.
You're not allowed to do that. And so, yeah.
But I'm a grown-up.
I'm a big kid now.
Was napping.
I can if I want to.
I can see Tom saying that. Woohoo! Go cat! I was, I should.
Trying to. This is slow. There we go.
I want to do the tarot prompt list, but that's another thing to add to my list.
8 Eastern. Okay.
I started last week on my Instagram posting different writing prompts.
It's really interesting because I've learned a lot about autism and some of the other related things to it from that, and it's given me a lot of internal questions to ask myself, and they're just really wonderful people. They're just, cool. Amazingly wonderful people.
I think Glory's right. If I'm correct, she said she was from Kentucky too, so I thought that was pretty cool.
I think Kentucky. I think Glory, like me, is technically from everywhere.
Okay.
Because the more we talk, the more we're like, oh yeah, I used to live there and there and there.
I've lived a few places.
That's me. Wow.
I have lived from coast to coast in quite a few states.
Nice.
But I will make you blush as much as I want to, Glory. You can't tell me what to do. You ain't on the stream.
Okay.
Plus, that's my job, y'all. My job is to make people blush as much as I can.
I would blush.
People
Yeah.
people don't toot their horns enough, and so I just got to toot them all for you. That didn't sound right.
Sounded good to me.
Oh, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think I
You
do.
know, Nicole, you're so close to 25,000. That's great.
I can't wait till you hit that. That's going to be such a great milestone for you.
Oh, it feels
For
great.
sure. I saw some city vehicles out back. Thought they were going to start digging. Now I think they actually brought in rock fill for the path trail for the mowers on the way here. It was quite steep. Was a thing for weird happenings in the backyards.
You know, I would not mind having a yard if it was like a lot bigger and I couldn't see anybody else's house.
You would like where I live then.
Well, see, I have two modes that I like to live in. I either want to live in a city where everybody's jam-packed together or so far apart where I can't see you.
I live in between Buffalo and Rochester, a little closer to Rochester, so it's like half an hour drive, 40-minute drive.
Okay.
To either one, pretty much an hour.
Wow.
You live in the region that I will probably eventually retire to.
Okay.
Well, most of my friends are in upstate New York.
Nice.
So.
Anywhere in particular?
See, you had to say that, and I just completely blanked. Where is Rod Serling from? They're from the same town that Rod Serling is from. It'll come to me. And if it doesn't, the internet will tell me.
Yeah, if not, sorry. Pressure.
Yeah, I have lived in most of the eastern seaboard states, outside of, say, way north. But I've lived in Georgia, Florida. Okay, let's see. I lived in Connecticut. I was born in Virginia.
Oh wow.
I lived in Alabama. I've lived in Louisiana.
You've moved a lot.
I feel like I'm forgetting something. I lived outside of New Orleans for about 3.5 years. That was the longest I lived until I moved back down to Florida in the late 80s. Yeah. So.
Oh, so you've been in Florida since the 80s?
Yeah, I moved back down when I was a senior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been here ever since.
You love it?
No, just didn't get a chance to go anywhere else.
I like Florida a lot. I've been to Florida quite a few times.
Yeah, you have to really love. There's a lot of people who really love. They don't want snow, so they come here. So they retire here. Lots of people retire to Florida for a reason. Yeah, they're tired of snow and whatever. But and then some people they don't mind the heat at all. Some people, they just can't stand it, and they end up going to either back up north or say Georgia or something. So, because it's not quite as hot and humid there as it is here. So
we call them, when I worked in a salon, we'd call them our snowbirds, where your customers that would disappear for the winter and then come back in the spring.
Yes, apparently that's been happening pretty much since the beginning of Florida, but and so that really helped. But what really helped was people having air conditioning put in their homes.
Charlie,
in the 20s and 30s.
Charlie's off screen, just so you know. I didn't know if you noticed.
I was just saw something in instant chat, but I was like, I didn't realize what was going on.
Yeah, my internet decided to blip off for a second.
Charlie's playing peekaboo.
Sorry about that.
Anyway, they're from Binghamton, New York.
Okay, I actually know some people in Binghamton, so that's pretty cool.
So
that's closer to Albany, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's like 5 hours.
But I figure since most of my friends are up in that region, because from Connecticut to New York, New Jersey, and Maryland, I'm probably going to end up on the East Coast. And since the vast majority of them are in upstate, that's where I'm going to end up.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize what had happened, Charlie.
That's okay. My internet just decided to stop everything. I said something bad about them and they needed to punish me. Remind me who's boss. Rough me up a little bit.
So you guys, what's the number one thing you think is most important to be prepared with going into Nano in November?
Having a plan for the days you don't feel like writing.
Right.
Because they will eventually come, and you need to know exactly how you can either trick yourself to get into that creative space or, get yourself through it. Because I've been doing Nano since, when did they start? Like 2006?
Last year was Camp Nano was my first Nano.
And I've won more Nanos than I've participated in.
Nice.
And the trick that I've learned is to find something that fills you with childish wonder. Because when you can kind of bring that out in yourself, then your creativity starts flowing again. So whatever that is for you. Yeah, so whatever that is for you, whatever that means for you, have that ready in like an emergency kit that you can just put it on. Either if it's a show, have it ready so you can just put it on and watch it. If it's music, have it ready, but don't burn yourself out on it. Don't use it until you need it, but have it ready and sitting there.
That's awesome.
And if all else fails, just listen to anything that Yoshiki wrote, because his creativity will bleed into you and you will not be able to not write.
Who is that?
His name is Yoshiki. He also mainly the stuff that's easiest to find in the United States is the music he did with his band X Japan. But Prologue World Anthem is a great place to start with them. My book series that was supposed to come out this year was inspired by his song Crucify My Love. He is an amazing musician. He writes almost everything by the band. And he also does solo stuff, and some of his solo stuff is easy to find in the US, but not entirely. He has a new photo book coming out for anybody who's a fan. They just announced it the other day. I'm very excited.
Kat, I totally agree with you.
Yeah. When I was watching that video from Sarah Cannon, she was saying the same thing. That there will be days that you just can't for various reasons.
I think I first heard that from Carol Brown. Yeah, plan your schedule like you're going to be sick, so you don't overwork yourself.
Yeah, I've heard that all around.
Mental and physical stamina is very important.
All of those are good points.
My mental stamina is down a little bit this week. But
wait, what? I'm sorry, I was going to look for a video of his to share in the chat so people could see his stuff. Apparently in Disney Plus Japan, he got to do an entire special for Disney Plus Japan. Why don't we get it? I pay for Disney Plus. I love Yoshiki. Give me this.
You should get it.
It's called My Music Story, and it's available on Disney Plus Japan. And I'm like, but why is it not here?
Awesome, CV.
Oh my goodness. Not bragging at all.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll share that one.
Best piece of advice: if you're the main meal preparation person in your family, batch cook.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No,
I don't know. I just have this thing I have to cook, fresh every day.
Well, I don't know. I guess I kind of grew up with my mother kind of doing that, though, in a way, with crock pots. Basically, just making,
Oh,
using
I could do that like a big soup or something for a couple days, but in general, I don't freeze food.
Well, then have a meal plan so that doesn't eat up your creativity.
Yeah.
If you can't get the meals pre-done, try to do.
And then fall back on the hot dogs.
I always have time to cook.
And hot dogs and a can of chilies.
Hey, that always works. I'm a fan.
Hot dog and chili?
What did you say, Bonnie?
I said you said hot dogs and chili?
Yeah. Or Eva says cold salads, and that's that too.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
YouTube, I'm going to hit you with a stick.
Yeah, the less stuff to think about. I agree. Shall we do another sprint? Let's look at raw food diets. Yes, I know. Yes, I know, Eva. At one point in my career, I was copy editing a magazine, and it was for an organization. It was for an organization that was called the Natural Hygiene Society, if I remember correctly. And they were all about everything raw, lots of salads, lots of fruit, no meat. And that was called Natural Hygiene. It's been around for 150 years before clean eating even appeared in the lexicon. And then around that time that I was doing that, they were starting to talk about what's that people are doing now? They're the fasting. I forget the term.
Intermittent fasting.
Thank you. Intermittent fasting. So they were talking about that. So that was really new, I guess, at that time. That was really interesting, really fascinating.
Well, as far as food,
doctors and
as far as food and NaNoWriMo goes, I would say make sure that you have a readily available protein source that you can snack on, whether that be nuts or edamame or whatever you're not allergic to, because people have so many allergies, I don't even know what to recommend anymore, because creativity burns a lot of energy in your brain, and so you will need to make sure that you're giving yourself healthy fats and proteins so that you don't deplete yourself.
So now I'm putting trail mix on my groceries.
That's why I post those stupid egg sandwiches, because I say, oh, look, I'm taking care of myself.
But you are.
And I agree with that.
Wow, it really does tend to help me.
I agree with Glory Writes the Blue. The chili dogs is super yummy. What I was thinking of is a pot of chili with pieces of hot dog in it. Just did not.
I grew up on that.
Beans and toast.
That too.
Yeah.
And lots of green bean soup and stuff. I mean, split pea soup, excuse me.
Oh, I like that. To each his own. Everybody has their own taste, what they like.
Yeah. Oh, anyway.
I cook, so everybody gets what I like in the house, so.
I am getting ideas, though.
Yeah, I put a link to the song Endless Rain by the band I was talking about. And I really like this one because it's actually from a behind the scenes that he did for the Emmys. So he talks a bit about his creative process and stuff. I just find this guy really inspirational. And so since apparently nobody's heard of him, I just thought I'd drop that in there so people could check him out.
I'm ready for another sprint.
I was just gonna, I keep meaning to say.
My pen went right back to the paper, so.
Yeah, I did. Let me go ahead and add it back in. Yes, raw diets use a lot of that stuff. Okay, see you, Nikki. Alrighty. Do we want another 20?
Yeah, sure.
Works for me.
Alrighty. Plug it in. Okay. Let's do it. In 3, 2, 1, sprint. Okay. And we're done. How did everybody do? What did everybody do? Excuse me. And I didn't do a whole lot this sprint because mostly I just said goodnight to my kid. So that's what I
That's
did.
doing a lot. At least in my book, that's doing a lot.
Thank you. You guys?
Ooh.
Oh,
Bonnie, you're muted.
oops. It happened.
I got 184, handled some household stuff, and I made a espresso cappuccino.
Oh, that
Caramel.
sounds
You got
yummy.
nano mug. Awesome.
In my author tube mug, which you can get at
Oh.
Warren Weber's store.
Oh, cool.
I decided to do some Japanese practice because I'm really I'm
Nice.
I need to like buckle down if I'm going to learn this language. So I had him.
Are you using a program?
What?
Are you using a program?
I'm using Duolingo for it, and I not to brag, but I got a perfect score on the challenge quiz that they gave me, and so I got 200 diamonds. But yeah, my Japanese is not coming along as fast as I want it to, but I don't know. I just thought that would be something I needed to do more because you don't learn if you don't practice, and I need to be practicing better.
You need to find someone you can try to have conversations with.
Tamama has actually volunteered to help me practice my speech, but I don't feel like I'm there yet.
That can help a lot, though.
Rate the pronoun I. 396 words.
Which is awesome.
Mm-hmm. I skipped something? No, I didn't. Okay. Eva posted a clip to Instagram for a journaling challenge.
Oh.
Herbs journaling challenge. It is a nice mug. I like how it's. I like the shape of it. Reminds me of an Irish coffee mug, kind of. Oh no, I see it now. I guess I wasn't looking at it properly.
It's pretty big.
Oh yeah.
Well, that means it's a writer's cup because we have to have all of the coffee, like all of it. Just, but if it doesn't hold a full pot of coffee, it's the wrong size cup.
I don't know if they did the right thing by putting espresso at 8:30 at night.
Yeah, I had coffee. Well, it was late. It was like, oh, sorry, between 5 and 6. Sorry, I got distracted with that. And so I was up quite late on Savvy's stream last night.
Hey, Eva. Eva says she likes the mug. She can get it at Sarah Schwarnweber's channel in her store.
Cordy is weird.
Cordy has also volunteered, but I'm not near the like I can speak yet. I'm still like learning basic. I've gotten the hiragana and the katakana fairly well down, but I'm just getting into like actual vocabulary because I want to learn to read, write, and speak. So a lot of that is learning alphabet because there are three alphabets plus the kanji. So
is it Japanese or Chinese that has the most?
I'm learning. In Chinese has the most characters in total,
but and Japanese is kind of a close second. Probably.
Japanese is a close second. They use a lot of a lot of the kanji were originally borrowings from China, and that's one of the things that messes me up because I can read a certain amount of Chinese, and there are slight differences in the way the characters look in Japanese, and also they don't always have the same meaning. So that throws me off a bit too.
That would do it. Good night, Nicole.
Have the fun, Nicole. That's not for one sprint. That's for tonight, right? CB, did you do that in one sprint? I have to know. Because that's an amazing number.
Because holy what?
Because I know I've had those like miraculous moments, like usually because you're writing dialogue, where it just all comes together, but just breathe in. You know, it's always a little pinchy at first, so we don't want another situation like MK3, do we? Wouldn't it be... I'm sorry, I can't even say that with a straight face. Wouldn't it be the wedgie maker? That's... CB, I love your writing. I love your writing. I love it so much.
It was.
Eva's spending money.
Yeah, I saw that. She has a shirt and mug in the cart. Yeah, I've had some things in my cart in Etsy for the last couple of days. So, yeah.
Okay, so there's a item coming out that I've been talking about for like a week now that doesn't come out till the end of November that I want to order for myself as like a, hey, you did nano, like have it like pre-order it so that it arrives and I'm like, yay. But I haven't let myself buy it, and I'm getting passive aggressive emails from the store now that are like, it won't buy itself. Why don't you just hit buy? Like, I'm getting some really like aggressive passive.
At least you have restraint, though.
Wow.
And I'm just like, I've never seen this before. Like, why haven't you just bought it? It's not going to arrive at your house if you don't order. And I'm just like, I know that. Stop emailing me.
Yeah. You know, I'm stressed when I'm spending money. So I'm either buying something for me or I'm doing something for somebody else. So
Kat has all the merch. My merch store is like not nearly as cool as Kat's.
I have to check that out.
Which reminds me, I have like 3 shirts that I promised would be in there that aren't. So I know one of the things that I need to do this week before the week's over.
Excuse me. So it is 8:30.
I'm ready for Fan Fiction Friday tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So, do you guys know anything about Wattpad?
That I've never had much success over there.
I'm just wondering what's good amount of views on Wattpad, because I've had a story up under a different name, but I've had a story up for not even a month, and I took it down twice to make revisions, and it's like almost 130 views for the month. So I'm trying to figure out if that's good or what's the average amount of views if you're not driving any traffic.
Yeah, because I don't really promote my stuff over there. I'm actually looking in to see.
I don't promote it at all.
Because I don't really have much over there right now. But let's see.
Well, I don't even have a title on it, and it has people reading it. So everything is like pretty much untitled over there.
Let's see.
I'm just wondering what
you're kicking my butt. I'll just say that.
I can relate to your.
It hasn't even been up at a month, and it was like 129 or 130 or something last time I looked yesterday.
You were 5
parts I put up, so I'm wondering what's pretty good.
That's really good compared to what I've got. Let's see. The biggest problem that I'm having is I'm looking at my stories right now, and most of them got reset to 0. And I know that they had reads because they have comments on them.
Right.
Like
I
you
don't
don't
have comments. I have a lot of reads though. So
like you don't get.
they're bad.
Oh, nice. That's good.
I don't know Wattpad and I don't get along.
CB.
Well, I wanted to put something out to kind of for myself. You know what I mean?
I feel like that. I feel that so strongly, CB. Joan has been trying to get me to try out Royal Road, and I've been looking at them, and I kind of like some of the stuff over there, because the one thing I do like about Royal Road is you can actually schedule when your stories come up. So like if you have a book that's pre-written, you can schedule like a chapter a week. And so I'm probably going to start putting my stuff up over on Royal Road and playing with it. But I know Joan is a big fan of that, but she's also a big fan of having your stories in as many places as you can have them. So
yeah. Well, this is my first year writing fiction, and so just building that with nonfiction, I'm pretty confident. Fiction is new to me this year, so I'm soaking in everything I can this year. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you follow Joan Ninja Hen on YouTube. She has some really good resources for like how to get stuff up, and I think she talks about numbers in some of the videos, so she might have more of the answers. But she's been really helping me out a lot in trying to figure out where I want my stories to be.
I love her.
She's amazing. She's super nice and extremely helpful.
Who's that again?
Joan Ninja Hen.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And her timers are just amazing.
Yeah, they are, definitely. I was thinking of asking her if I could use her timers.
Well, that's what she made them for, especially like the AuthorTube ones, the ones with all the covers. Yeah. She made those for people to use. So.
Yeah, those are really nice. I hope you want one of those someday.
I've used a lot of her timers, but I haven't really been using timers with a lot of stuff on them lately because my internet's been kind of wonky, and I just want to make sure that I'm covered, basically.
Well, also, I don't know if it's StreamYard or if it's YouTube that's been having problems, but a lot of the other timers, I know I've had trouble on my streams, and I've seen on other people where they're getting weird and blurry for some reason, or they're just like glitching out. So I'm probably going to go back to the
Do you guys have 5G?
Google. I have the second to the best tier that they offer in the area because
awesome.
But the only difference between what I have and what I'm not paying for is the infinite bandwidth, but the bandwidth caps are really high around here, which is awesome, and we never get close to our cap, so I don't need to add that on. But
we have pretty good I live semi close to a college, and plus we have 5G, so I think that maybe they have more antennas around here or something.
Well, I've just noticed that timers have been glitching for a lot of people, so I'm wondering if it's some way that they're interacting with the technology. You know, I mean, it could just be that we all have crappy internet and we don't know it, but based on what I pay for, my timers should not be a problem.
Nope. This comment was for you, Eva. I forgot to do that. Your cat and a candle.
Speaking of old cartoons, I think it was on Peacock. They just added, it was either Peacock or HBO Max, just added all of the original Thundercats.
Ooh,
like the 1985 Thundercats. I was flipping through there like, you might want to watch this. And I was like, yes, I need to see some Mumra.
Wasn't that the one where they held the sword up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thunder,
All right.
thunder,
We
Thundercats.
used to watch that.
Oh!
Yeah. And I was in high
Yes.
school, and we watched it. Whatever.
I'm just
We were
saying,
tired after
I love that the old
school.
cartoons are coming back. Because nostalgia.
Nostalgia. Yeah, Gen X nostalgia. What? Makes me feel old.
I don't know. I live for the day when all of the youngins decide that they're going to entertain us by singing the songs of our youth, and we're all sitting there going, "Could you please sing closer for me, Sonny?" Because I want to see the looks on their faces. Like
Or,
I
don't you forget about me from the Breakfast Club.
Oh, I just look forward to all of the really like inappropriate songs that we can request when they decide to entertain the oldies.
All I can think of is like those old little teasing songs you could sing when you're a kid.
Could you please do Lunchbox by Marilyn Manson, please? I'm going to be a nightmare. I'm just going to let everybody know right now. I'm going to age into being a glorious nightmare for everyone involved. That's my life goal.
That's what I say. My life is like a beautiful nightmare.
Well, I just think of my great aunt Wanda, and I just want to be her. Her adult, her senior years were all about like giving 0 Fs. Like she was going to be entertained, and if people were too stuck up, stuffy, or not having fun, she was going to have fun despite them and to spite them. And I love her so much.
Nothing. Would anybody like one more sprint? Since
Sure.
I usually we can spend a little more time. Excuse me. We can do that. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that, I guess, if everybody's ready. Is everybody ready?
I'm ready.
In 3, 2, 1, sprint.
Just for you, CB, I'm turning my camera on, which is something I really did not want to be doing today. I understand the pain. I understand the pain that you're going through right now. I understand the anger, the frustration, all of it. I understand it. I've lost a 90,000 word story before, like completely gone into the ether. It is painful. It is upsetting. Take a breath. Just take a breath. If you may feel that way now, we'll see how you feel in the morning. Just take a breath. Relax. The pain will pass. I really do mean that. It will pass. And there may be some way that it can be recovered. You never know. Nikki lost a lot of her manuscript, and we were able to work together and recover quite a bit of it. So there may be a chance that it may be findable. But right now, trust me, I know the anger, I know the pain, I know the frustration that you're going through. I have felt that myself, but
right.
It's the hardest thing to do when something bad happens. You just need to take a breath. Like it sounds like weird advice, but it really does help. It really does.
It really does.
Just take a break, take a moment, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. It'll be okay, CB.
It'll be okay.
Nicole got 40 words that time.
But we understand. That's it. Yeah.
I'm not sure how many words I got that round because I was handwriting. So 1, 2, 3, 4 handwritten pages pretty much. What'd you do, Charlie?
Oh, good. Wow, that's great. Yes.
I muted my mic and didn't realize I did it, so I was answering your question and then realized, like, wait a minute, why isn't there a circle bobbing around my head?
Yeah,
There should be a circle bobbing. Where's my bobbing circle? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I did some more of my language lessons because I really wanted to focus in on that because I've had a rather busy day. You know, I think I put all my numbers into my spreadsheet and was like, I earned time to myself because where are we at? 44:20 for today. I'm good. I can goof off a bit and do some of my other stuff.
I was going to use these stickers I got in Scribbler in my planner, but I think I'm just going to use them for Nano. Word count stickers.
What is your cat playing with? Your cat just stole something off the table behind you.
Oh, a pen.
I don't know what it was. I just saw the little paw go tap, 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 and something fall on the floor. And I was like, oh, something's about to disappear forever.
No, it won't disappear. I'm kind of, oh, I'm not going to say that. I keep my room clean. I was going to say something. Sorry. I like my room.
You know what? I was just thinking, CB, you'd be surprised at what you can remember because I've lost things. And once I start, typing things again, I remember. Even if it was something I wrote a while back, I can remember a lot of what I was working on. Yeah, I agree, Kat. Charlie, you can go off. Oops, this. I meant to. Why did it do that? There we go.
Yeah, but you know me, I'm not a goof off kind of a person.
Oh, sure you are.
I want
That's
to
true.
be.
Goofing off and slacking off are different things.
Well, see, I don't know where this person came from because I used to be like the master of Slack. Like the dude abided in my heart, and I was just like in a perfect place. Like I paid my money. Bob Dobbs was getting all the Slack from me that I promised to give, and then like suddenly I became productive, and I don't like it.
You don't like it? You should like being productive. You're planning how many novellas?
Oh, it's good. So far, I actually have a full plan for a full 52. So hopefully, I can get them all done. The hardest part
I
is
did a little more. Thought you were done. Sorry. I did a little more planning. I looked a little bit in my writer's Bible, and I just went and grabbed a book that was helping me a lot. And I want to go through it over the next few days or so. It's really interesting. I've had it for a while now. I've had it for.
Did you watch Caro's video? Her cards for the month?
No, I haven't. But I keep hearing about it. I keep hearing people saying that it was spooky. It was, in other words, it rang true for them a lot. Not a lot, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it felt like she had been going through my DMs because of some of the stuff that she brought up in there. But it also was really creepy because Jules, the Dogling writer, did the spread for herself and got a lot of the same cards that Caro did, and then I did the spread out of curiosity and got a lot of the same cards. And yeah, it really has a really like vibe to the whole thing.
I love Caro's videos. They're great.
Well, they also they not only talk about tarot in this book, they also talk about the hero's journey and how they coincide, how tarot and the hero's journey coincide. And I think that's I thought that was fascinating at the time that I first heard about this book. And so I've had this for about, I don't know, about a year and a half, approximately 2 years now.
What's it called?
And it was really helping me a lot. And Tarot for Writers by Corinne. It's called Tarot for Writers.
Okay.
And it's from Corinne Kenner.
Well, remember, tarot descended one of the many traditions that it descended from was the Jägerkarten from Germany. And so the whole point of the card game there was to actually tell a story with the cards. And so a lot of especially the like the page, knight, queen, king cards descend from there, and a few of the major arcana even take imagery from there. So some of the original intent for the cards was specifically storytelling. And when you get especially when you start looking at like some of the old Taruchi decks and the Tarak decks that all kind of coalesce into what we now know as tarot. Like there's a strong history of storytelling and what not that go into them. Not that I've obsessively studied tarot for the last 30 years. Well, 20 years.
I'm still thinking about CB.
Me too.
Yeah. And that is exactly why I do this. And if I lose if I lose anything, it's everything but the story written, like broke down. You know what I mean? I would be crying if that was me. I feel so bad. Mm. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. 2 other stories right here. And backed up and on thumb drives and. Mm. I've been bad. I need so much. There's no marks in this. Barely.
Yeah, I feel that, CB. I like I said, I really feel for you. Like, I don't know how many words you lost in total, but as somebody who's lost, because that was 2 projects. Because one was a 60,000 word novel, and one was about a 30-some thousand word novella.
Oh.
But both got eaten, and when it went down, it took out not only my story, but it corrupted the backups.
Oh no!
So, because I had just gotten myself a nice RAID drive so that I wouldn't have to worry about, burning disks. Whoopsie! I like Glory's plan. Get some hugs and ice cream.
I'm getting excited too, Eva, because this time I'm going to be prepared.
Because I know that Nikki lost a
You'll
lot.
be exceedingly prepared, Bonnie.
I'm kind of envious of the level of preparation that y'all are doing.
It's procrastinating. I should be editing.
Is that what I'm doing wrong? I just need to do my planning instead of the editing?
I do a little bit of editing in the morning, as long as I can. But, I got my own personal battles with how fast I'm moving. So I procrastinate on the next project.
There you go, CB. I'm glad that you at least found a version on Google Docs. And yeah, I mean, talk to Catherine. Catherine not only writes her stuff longhand, but she does it in that almost calligraphic script.
Oh wow!
I mean, her manuscripts are literal manuscripts.
Wow!
I'm not saying you have to go to that level, but I'm a little envious of some of her stuff. Like, if you've not watched any of the videos on Catherine Faye's channel, I mean, she makes works of art. Like, I almost want to just stare at her books more than I want to read them. Like, I want to read them too, but I just can you just make reproductions of your manuscripts? Can I just get that?
I'm gonna have to check out more. I've seen a couple videos, but
she's actually going to start doing more calligraphy classes. At least that's what she told me online.
I saw the videos that she was reading with the mask and stuff on.
Yeah, her first ASMR experiment.
Oh. That is good.
Because remember, the goal for all of us needs to be to write to done. I say that all the time, and people don't understand what I mean by that. But we can self-edit and be as self-critical as we want to, and wish that we had done this better and that better and the other thing better. It's never going to get better till we get to a finished draft.
Right.
Like, you need to get that finished draft done. Like, that needs to be your primary focus, because you can't polish something that doesn't exist.
Yeah. This is my third draft. So I had a dump draft, 2 drafts in the computer, and the third draft printed out to start editing this way. So.
And Kat, if you want, I will be your coach and make sure you get that draft finished. Do you want to put that on yourself? Do you want that sort of Damocles? I can hang it there for you.
Am I reading this correct? CB did find it.
I found part of it.
I'm going on an emotional roller coaster with her.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh.
Hi to Mama.
Like, I'm glad you were here when it happened so that we could, like, hopefully be helpful for you. But
Yes,
hello to Mama.
I'm feeling a lot better. Hello to Mama. How are you?
To Mama, you'll be happy to know.
Very bad copy, so.
You'll be happy to know, to Mama, I did my Japanese lesson today. So I'm back on the wagon. I'm working forward. I'm working forward. And thank you for all of your encouragement. Because this is something I really want to do. It's just very hard for me.
So we have been going for approximately 2 hours, maybe just a smidge more. How are you guys feeling?
Well, let me see. I've had a double shot of espresso cappuccino, so I am.
Bonnie's about to turn into a hummingbird on us. So, like, if nothing else, you might want to just like keep going just to see exactly how fast her hands can move. No, I'm good for whatever. I will say that I may start making sounds soon because the hubby has started making chili and cornbread in the other room.
So I want to show you my friend RP.
Oh
RP.
Oh my
Isn't that funny? Hi, RP.
Oh
my God.
He's named after RP.
He blinks his eyes.
Oh, yeah, he says so much stuff. Isn't that funny?
I wasn't expecting it to blink its eyes.
Oh, it does like says so. It says different stuff too, but he's stuck on that. Okay. All right. That's RP.
They're so cute.
Oh
and I haven't found a name for this one yet, so I don't know who my sloth is going to be named after, but
Abigail. It needs to be named Abigail. Abigail's favorite animal is a sloth.
Yeah. It's cute too.
That is so cute.
I like these. I have all these like little electronic things.
Those are so cute.
Yeah. I love them. I love them, my little buddies. Okay, turn off. Turn off her. So, can you tell I get lonely? These are my friends.
You must be one of those legendary extrovert writers that I hear about. Because that phrase seems so foreign from my mind. Like, you get what now? Like, you miss seeing other people? That is impossible.
You know what it is? I'm used to other people. I'm used to other people, and I've been around other people, but I like to work independently, if that makes sense.
I get that.
I like to do things from start to finish by myself. I've always been that way, but I'm a people person for sure. Most days.
Yeah, the gremlins are really hungry. I have a theory that I'm just going to start leaving out socks for the sock gnomes so that maybe they'll steal. You know, if I feed the sock gnomes, maybe they'll fight the gremlins for me. I don't know. I'm going to try it. I'll let you know if it works. I don't think you can actually give them offerings, though. So I think I'm just going to have to put a whole bunch of socks in the dryer and leave them there for a while and, like, pretend.
Yeah, they do the work.
Okay, yes. We can also put some tobacco in the yard for the kobolds. The husband is reminding me. We should also put a thing of milk out for the fae. Do all the good stuff. But
they do good work.
They do good work. They do.
A bunch of mushroom rings again, but they do that work.
Yeah, you do get a whole bunch of mushroom rings. I feel like that's how you know you did it right. You put the tobacco in the yard, and then You get a bunch of fairy rings and mushrooms sprouting up overnight, and life's better for a while.
I saw an actual proper fairy ring of mushrooms. This was about a week ago, I guess, because we had so much rain, and you could see the whole ring of it. Plus, you could see the dark underneath, where it's all one organism underneath the ground. But it's like I did a double take because I was driving. I couldn't stop, but I was just like, I really wanted to stop and go, whoa. Because you don't often see a perfect circle of them, You'll see like a crescent shape sometimes, or a few dotted like that.
Oh no, we get full rings around here, but we feed
like
our fairies.
A triangle. It was weird around the tree. Sorry. What did you say?
I said we get full rings around our house because we feed our fairies. You put out the milk, you put out the tobacco, you be good to your fae, and your fae will be good to you.
But what happens when you don't do that?
Then things randomly disappear.
They particularly like Captain Black.
Yeah, they do really like the Captain Black. They like the Captain Black Gold a lot.
Yeah,
Oh, by the way, Nikki says hi.
hello.
I don't know if you heard him, Nikki, but he said hello back.
Nikki, I think that I'm starting to get pretty tired. It's almost 9:30 here. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure how much longer we're gonna go. Let me think on that a moment.
As I always say, your channel, your stream, your rules. Don't let me be a bad influence on you. Don't let me be a bad influence on anybody.
Good.
No one else has to do forever streams.
You see what this cat is doing because I'm ignoring her?
He's not quite. Oh, okay. Climbing on you. Yeah, that could be a lot of CB. I tend to do some things because I'm tired, or overtired. Things happen. Things tend to happen.
That is a beautiful cat. I just have
remind me of the difference between
where I got this cat?
Eastern and where you are, CB. What?
This cat last Thanksgiving was coming home from Thanksgiving up in Buffalo and stopped at a gas station to get gas by chance. And this cat is like farm country. There's like nothing around. This cat was skin and bones and came up to the car right by the gas thing, started meowing, wouldn't leave me alone. And so I was like, maybe I'll just go in the gas station and see if they have a can of cat food and buy it and just put a can of cat food over there, She was like skin and bones. And she got right in and came home with us. And we've had her since. So.
And that's how Bonnie got her familiar.
That's how my cat. And I am the only one in the house this cat likes.
I believe everybody
else.
To answer your question, Heather, if memory serves, CB is I think 5 hours ahead of you.
Sorry, I wanted to say 5, but I wanted to make 100% sure in my head because it's something I need to know.
I may be confusing people because I'm really bad at that, but I believe CB is in Scotland.
Really?
I believe.
That's pretty cool.
If memory serves.
That sounds right to me. I've heard her mention where she lives before.
So, Mama, I just have to correct you on one thing. Sorry. Kitty doesn't want love. Kitty deserves love. And all kitties know that they deserve love because they are the superior form of life. I mean, look at all the things we do for them. We
Well,
are
they're
their
slayed.
pets, not the other way around.
She,
But I started to say,
going like this on me though, and I don't want her to rip my blouse or.
oh yeah.
Making biscuits.
I've heard that expression. We used to call it kneading,
Yep.
but we got a cat when I was I guess I was in high school. I was in ninth grade, and we called it junior high at that time, but whatever. And we were here in Tampa actually, and not that far from here. And it was Thanksgiving Day, and of course, there was cooking going on, and by glory, thank you so much for coming. And just this cat just walked right up to our house, sort of meowing like super loud. This was a large tortoiseshell tabby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Huge, muscular. I mean, he had obviously been on his own for quite a while because he was covered in fleas and he had like a couple of ticks on him and whatever. And my younger brother said, "Mom, can you keep him?" But we did. And he ended up having the coolest personality because he was kind of street tough and
Wild cats are the best cats.
bring home thank yous
Oh
in the
yeah.
form of like mice and small birds and things. Look, it's yours. It's a present. Thank you so much for feeding me.
We had a cat that used to bring us dead snakes.
And holy cow.
Which
But this
I wasn't too happy about seeing the snake, but I was very happy it was dead.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But this cat, he was huge and muscular, and literally he would march into a room like this. Hi, how's it going? It was
My daughter's cat is like that. He's a big. I wonder if I could find him. She flops him. He's like a big floppy cat. Just a big.
and guess what we called him?
What?
Pilgrim. So sometimes we talk to him like John Wayne.
So, Pilgrim. Hey, Nikki B.
What's going on, Pilgrim? It was really funny.
I've always enjoyed trying to do voices, and John Wayne's voice is so hard to mimic because it's so particular.
This is my daughter. This is my daughter's cat.
Oh,
his name's Cream Cake.
Oh, that's such a great name.
Cream Cake.
Oh,
he's naughty.
Oh my God,
he's not the bad one.
He's not naughty. You're just not well trained enough yet.
Yeah, this is my daughter's cat. So he's
really
like holding them.
He's like, thank you for holding me.
No, that one, that's the one who's like naughty. Like he'll come up and knock things out of your hand and stuff like that. Like,
okay, this little demon sitting next to me, my little lovely Minerva that everybody knows so well because she jumps on my chest while we're streaming. She has stolen the wedding ring right off of my finger twice. Like she'll notice when it gets a little bit loose and she'll just grab it, slip it right off my finger and run. And as soon as she gets on the floor, she throws it because it hits the ground and goes ting, ting, ting. And she chases after it and starts playing with it. I'm like, that is not a toy.
Do you want to hear a funny story that happened to me just 2 weeks ago that's super embarrassing?
I love embarrassing stories.
If you want to tell it, sure.
Well, he brought up a lost wedding ring. So I was in the grocery store trying to get cleaning supplies, and you know how sometimes there's cleaning supplies will leak out on the outside of the bottle?
Mm-hmm.
In the grocery store. So I had my hand wet, and I went to wipe it off with a napkin. I pulled my wedding ring off. On the floor in the grocery store.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I found the cradle, but the actual diamond, my nails are so long. So the actual diamond came out of the cradle, and I couldn't find the diamond.
Oh no.
And so I'm crawling across the grocery store in the cleaning aisle on the floor like a snake on the floor for like 40 minutes looking for my wedding ring. I finally found it, but that is my embarrassing story. I was crawling across the grocery store floor cleaning it, looking for my wedding ring 2 weeks ago for like 40 minutes.
Because diamonds are a girl's best friend.
2 guys did help me find it, though. 2 guys did help me. They were on the floor. I'm like, oh. That was so nice. I hate losing things.
I am so glad to hear that, Eva. I'm wanting to prep because I want to get an entire serial done in November. That's my goal, is to finish one of my serials in November, which means I actually need to do prep. But I'm bad at it.
Hey, Charlie, did you ever find your ring?
Oh no, I got it back from her. I chased it down and got it back, but because that's
nice.
Because I saw it and I was like, that is the shiniest ring I've ever seen in my life. And it looks like, it almost looks hematite-y because of the way that they did the bands on it.
Okay.
And hematite's my favorite stone. It's not a hematite ring, but
I had nothing to do with my rings. They were surprised, so.
Yeah, when we got formally married, we bought new rings.
When I got engaged, I had no idea I was going to get engaged, so.
Which was really funny because at first, the dude behind the counter was like, your girlfriend is going to be so excited about that. And then just had a moment of, oh. Well, let me show you these. I think you'll really love these. Like, commission trumped anything that was going on in his mind.
Don't assume you know what that does.
But it was so funny seeing the dawning realization of, oh no, these two are here to buy rings for each other.
But
oh well, money.
Exactly.
That's nice that you picked them out together.
Yeah. And we did the same thing. However, my engagement ring got stolen, and then the wedding band was so loose that eventually I had to take it off, and I put it in like a very small wallet that I had, which is floating around my bedroom. It's somewhere. I have it. It's somewhere. So my mother gave me her old ring that she, if I can get it there, that she married when she married my father. It's white gold, and it's got it's different. It's just got a row. I don't know if you can see that, but a row of them. They're smoking. I guess they're diamonds. I don't know.
This one right here was my grandma's 1943.
Oh, that's cool.
And I had this on my finger since I was 18.
Oh, neat.
So I don't think I could take it off unless I got it cut off. It's been on there so long. But they got married 1943 at 17 grandkids. My grandfather gave me the wedding rings. So
that's neat. I like that.
Yeah. I'll never take it off. So
yeah, Eva, I think the hubby was really excited when he realized that I thought the non-gold rings were prettier than the gold rings. So yeah, my ring was not that expensive either.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's, the thought behind it.
Well, we did the nice gold rings for an the earlier when we, the non-legal wedding, and they got stolen. So,
I know people who have, instead of actual jewelry, they have it tattooed on.
I know some people like that as well.
Or those what do you call it? Those silicone rings. So for working and stuff, or going out for a run and stuff, I can understand because your fingers swell and de-swell, all the time.
I think we're spiraling on the wedding ring story.
Okay, so just real quick, Nikki, it was actually a weird mutual
I'm
decision.
getting a little tired.
Oh, I'm getting depressed.
Like, if you haven't noticed, like most of our my stories, like it was a weird mutual decision. We were just kind of hanging out one day and just like, we should just be handfasted by now. I'm like, yeah, and
No. Oh,
like there never was.
so I'm so curious about who asked who, Charlie.
Yeah, we never really had that moment. There never was like the knee bow. We just kind of had a just kind of realized like, yeah, this is going to be a forever thing, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I mean, we had a true gothic romance. I mean, because I think didn't we decide to get married at the club? Because we were at Orpheus and we were dancing and we were just like, oh yeah, because Bizarre Love Triangle came on. And so.
Marriage was not even on my radar when I got engaged until the day I got engaged.
So if you can imagine two goths dancing to Bizarre Love Triangle and then suddenly being like, let's just make it a line. I can't remember which one of us said that, but I know one of us actually said that. It was probably you. You like puns more than I do.
That sounds so fun.
I was always curious about silver tone jewelry, but when I was young, I preferred gold tone jewelry. It's weird. It's interesting how your tastes change over time.
Yeah. I'm so pale that anything that's golden just it makes my skin look weird next to it because I'm very pale.
I think I just like gold because my older sister likes silver.
Well, it may be the lighting, but it looks like you also have warmer
too.
tones in your skin as well. Because I'm very I turned the camera on, but all my light's purple in the house right now, so I'm purple. But you can actually see how pale my skin is by how. Here, let me just turn my white light off because this is me with white light on. So turn the white light off. I just turn the color of whatever the light is.
I wonder what I look like with the light off. Too dark.
So whatever color the light is, that's where I go.
I didn't even actually have the room light on. I only had the little lamp on behind me.
You have a great tone to your skin, Bonnie.
You do. I'm not saying that I'm jealous, but
Nicole wants to know something, Charlie.
That would actually be the hubby. It was unexpected. What? Just a little bit. But yeah, it was the hubby. We were hanging out at a quarry, as you do, and it just popped out of his mouth, and I slapped him. Because I was not expecting that. Just like, you don't just surprise someone with that. Well, bam.
I love surprises.
He just started giggling because he realized the story I was telling.
That's cool.
Yeah, our most romantic date was going on a Lovecraft pilgrimage. Yes.
Aww.
Oh yeah, the most romantic was the Phantom of the Opera because that was our first real date. He took me to see the Phantom of the Opera at the Kennedy Center.
Nice.
Wow, the Kennedy Center.
You know what I'd like to go see that I probably won't be able to see this year because of everything going on? Trans-Siberian Orchestra. This is like one thing where I enjoy going to see them.
They're from this area, the Tampa Bay area.
They put on a great show. I'm going to miss that this year.
Yeah. They're always at Emily Arena, and my husband works there. So he used to be able to get paid to see their shows.
That'd be so
Okay,
nice.
that's unfair. That's patently unfair.
Yes. Yep. So yeah. So he hasn't had his second job since March. even with, and they just won, but he didn't, he wasn't working because he was working his day job. So, but our team won.
Okay, just to answer all of the questions, no, I have not, and I have thought about it, but it is truly a Gothic story. Like it deserves like a Jim Steinman musical. Like it really does. Like we need a whole bunch of like Holding Out for a Hero and Total Eclipse of the Heart and like all the Jim Steinman songs.
Okay. Well,
That might be a fun thing to do for Fanfic Friday is to actually write a jukebox musical. Because with Spotify, I could create a playlist. So you'd have all the songs and it would just be like the story bits and it would be like play next song, then like the instructions to play the song and who's performing each part. That could be fun.
Nice.
That could be fun. Might have to do that.
Take a Murder, She Wrote break. Go right ahead. And we will see what happens.
And yes, Nikki, it does.
I feel like I got a good amount done during this stream. I got 184 words in my document already up here. I outlined a little bit more deeper. I got 4 pages on this next section written, along with some lines of dialogue. I'm feeling pretty good.
I got 68 XP in Duolingo, which is pretty good. And I got a chiptune plugin so I can start making 8-bit music. And so I feel very productive this stream.
I did fail this week again, guys.
At what?
At what?
It's still sitting here in the box.
Oh, your what is that again?
That editing software. So this is going on week 3. I still have not put it in the computer yet.
That's okay.
That's okay. If you want to feel better about yourself, there's some software that I bought like 3 years ago, and they have not updated it in all that time. They've just had a notice on their website that they're going to update it, and it won't run because they wrote it for the wrong version of the OS. So it's just been sitting on my hard drive, and they're like, "We promise, we're just going to give you a free version of the next one when it comes out." And I'm like, "That's nice. I don't know if I'll care by then."
Well, I was looking around, and I saw a lot of reviews saying that Adobe was easy to learn. And then somebody told me it's hard to learn, so I still haven't opened the box out of fear, I think.
I have to say, if you're using any of the Adobe products, once you learn them, you've pretty much learned most other things because a lot of like the quick keys and stuff get copied for other things. So
if I start with this, I haven't learned anything bad to mess it up.
Yeah, because which version? Which is that?
Premiere Elements 2020.
Yeah, if you learn Premiere,
I'm sitting here for a couple weeks now.
There are some differences between it and some of the other editing softwares that are out there, but for the most part, they've standardized a lot of the quick keys. So, like that's the biggest thing. Like learning any editing software, learn the quick keys. That's what you want to commit to memory as quickly and as proficiently as you can, because menus will drive you crazy.
Okay. I'm gonna keep. If I have any questions, I'll DM you. I'll DM you on Insta. Carly, help me.
And I will see what I can do.
Help.
Oh, Kat, what have you done to your kitchen? No, I get it. You just cooked, but still. It's like, oh no, I have to go clean my kitchen. I just imagine like you had one of those baby moments where like there's like batter hanging from the walls and there's like pasta dripping from the ceiling. Like I know you're a better cook than that, but still, like I saw that and that was like my first thought, like, oh no, the mixer exploded. Have a good night, Eva. Enjoy the Murder, She Wrote.
Mhm.
And please stop bringing up Murder, She Wrote, because that's one of the stories I'm planning is a witchy, cozy mystery inspired by Murder, She Wrote. Like, imagine if Jessica Fletcher was a witch.
Bedknobs and broomsticks.
Well, yeah.
I really want to write it, but it's not time yet. I've got too many things started. I need to finish the things that I have started. I can't get to that one yet. But I'm probably going to do a Murder, She Wrote rewatch while I'm doing it to get all of the like Jessica Fletcher realness.
So.
Oh no, I understand that it's just going to be like a cutting board and some pans, but you know, my imagination, it does run wild.
Need a hero. So, well, it is. We got 9. It's 9 minutes till 10. Folks. Do we want to wrap it up in a few minutes?
We can do that.
I'm not sure who's streaming also tonight yet, but I'm sure
I
something's
don't know.
I don't know.
I
Cache-
was writing it down in Duolingo. Oh.
Cache is starting at 10.
nice.
Autumn right in. Preptober is here right with us.
Perfect.
So.
Cool.
I'll probably
And
head over.
apparently Brandon Sanderson is streaming right now.
Oh, he does those live book signings?
I don't know if that's what he's doing or not. I was looking at my lives to see who was on so I could tell people who else was streaming, and I just saw Brandon Sanderson has the live icon next to him.
Get them.
And BC is too.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Yeah, for some reason it's not showing me BC, but because of reasons she was gone for so long, the algorithm may not be sharing her stuff as well as it should be.
My cat was trying to climb my curtain.
Yeah, Brandon's doing another live signing session. I really hate to say it, but I like Brandon Sanderson a lot more than I like his books.
I like, I watched a lot of his lectures on his old channel.
Same.
And I really liked his lectures from when he was teaching.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Cache and BC have streams later tonight, so that'll be nice.
So what I might do is go ahead and wrap it up here because I'm really thirsty all of a sudden, and because I've actually been talking.
Thank you for having me on Thursdays. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you for having me. And just real quick, Tamama, I hope you enjoyed it because I'm really enjoying the new improvements that they put in. I was talking the other night about how they updated No Man's Sky, and apparently Tamama was like, okay, I'll try playing it again. I really like a lot of the new stuff.
Thank you for doing that, Devin.
Yeah, I'll probably catch those streams because I am espresso up.
I was about to say, you got your hummingbird on, so...
I'm gonna go downstairs and turn some music on, watch the sprints, try to write some more. So I think I'm gonna do that.
So
I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching because nobody's gonna be watching.
So I might check out one of the.
Sorry, I get goofy with too much caffeine.
One last update for anybody who is still here, because I see some of you are still here, and I know some of you in chat would care about this. I just got a message from Tessa. Tessa is now home from the hospital and is looking to start doing stuff this month. So she's doing better. She legitimately just sent me a message. So that's really good news to hear.
Okay. That's good to know. A lot of times, my internet's really iffy for me on my laptop at that times, but I'll see if I can swing by for a while. I will see about that. Yes, Devin is everywhere.
Devin is the Google bot.
What was wrong with what? Pronoun
I haven't heard if they actually found out what was completely wrong with her. I know a lot of
Oh,
it was
with CB?
congestive. I know a lot of Tessa's problems was her congestive heart failure, and she was not getting enough oxygen, but they helped her get built up, and it looks like she's going to be back. She's already talking about setting up a live streaming schedule and everything again. So be ready. Tessa Dean is back.
Oh.
Tessa Dean is back, which I'm very excited about because gotta love Tessa.
I'm pretty happy BC's back too. So
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I was even trying to remember. Oops, I think she have the virus?
No, not this time. She may have actually had that earlier this year, but they didn't have tests at the hospital.
Let's drop a bit now. Wait, parsley oil, sorry.
Why not, Devin? Anyway, maybe we'll go ahead and do our outros.
But people should pay you, Devin.
Yeah. We should. Bonnie, would you like to do an outro?
sure. My name's Bonnie. My channel is Bonnie Phillips Writes. Check out my channel in October for your chance to win a Scribbler box.
I don't know why. I just expected you to say more.
If you're looking for writing prompts, you can also check out my Instagram, Bonnie Phillips Writes. I've been putting up new writing prompts every morning. If you just want to start your day with a short writing prompt to get you going, you can check out my IG.
Hello, I am Charlie. I write under the name of C.E. Dorset. I have unpublished 2 books today, which makes me, I guess, an anti-author tuber. I guess I'm a reverse author tuber now. I do podcasts and streams. I have my Fanfiction Friday stream tomorrow at, let's see, it's 4 o'clock my time, 5 o'clock Eastern, and I am really looking forward to it. It is always a blast. Kat is probably going to be there cooking, so if you enjoy watching my streams while we have an edition of Cooking with Kat, that is probably going to be happening during the stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for having me, Heather. I really enjoy doing these.
Oh, no problem at all. Thank you for coming. So I am Heather Dewey Pettit, and I'm a writer, editor, and artist. I have a lot of things going on, including, yes, working on my book, working on my business, and working on setting up a place to sell my art online. And it looks to be Etsy, and I'm still working on it, so no huge announcements yet, but I'm working on it. And I have an editing conference this weekend put on by the Alliance of Independent Writer Editors. And it's free, so why not, right? So I'll be busy all weekend with that, and just with all the things. So everything is going on. So.
And she forgot to say that she's wonderful and awesome and really nice and helpful and all the good things. So I thought I'd add that because you forgot to say it.
Thank you very much, Charlie. Okay, well, Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, everybody, for watching live and I guess on the replay. And all right, well, everybody have a good evening.
Have the fun.
All right. Bye, folks.